You ready? Hi, my name is Lavita Murray. Um, just real quick, the Million Women March Cleveland. We're protesting a Million Women March Cleveland meeting on women and racial justice is the subject. And it's about women were killed during the police encounters and their lives matter too. The women's lives matter too. Endorse the protest for Million Women March Cleveland. Next year we're organizing meetings. I'm organizing meetings with nationals at this point. 3 months after Tanisha Anderson lost her life in an incident with Cleveland police officers, the community is still waiting for answers. We are not going to wait on answers. The Million Women March Cleveland meeting will be organized. We are preparing to fight women and racial justice. These are black mental health women, but as thousands march for justice, the names of the women are covered up under the rug. And so particularly the women of color killed by the police are continuing to be less known. We want to make sure that Tanisha Anderson in Cleveland don't get swept under the rug. It was a year ago Yvonne Smith was fatally shot by the police responding to a 911 call. It was 2 years ago Shelly Frey was killed after she and 2 other women were allegedly caught stealing from Walmart in 2012. She was shot, tried to not get away and run, but yet the police shot her in her car. Melissa Williams, was a passenger in a car driving by a man named Timothy Russell. We know that when a police officer thought he heard shots fired from the vehicle and began following them, according to Associated Press. 25 Chase Cleveland ended with 13 officers firing 137 shots, which Judge O'Donnell claimed not one of the 137 shots fired killed the victim. We know Rekia Boyd, we know she was shot in the back of the head by Chicago police. And off-duty cop. We know Alicia Thomas was arrested in her home, and we know she was shot and killed by the police. And we know the struggle with the police officers there. We know that 7 times hitting. We know that hitting in her in her groin and abdomen thigh. The police shot her in her abdomen, thigh, and in her groin. We know that Ayanna Stanley Jones was sleeping on her couch with her grandmother. They shot her in the head. She's 7 years old. And the police shot her in her head. And then later, a year later, put her dad in jail. These black hatred crimes, these are not only black crimes. One of the citizens asked, why are we so targeting blacks, and why we don't broaden into whites? Well, every day there's blacks being targeted for killings, and so we demand that this stop the cruel and inhuman degrading conditions against the women, stop the false women rights, and the mental protection. Is the writing is false. You're not keeping a true word regarding the mental health. Most of these women were mental health women, and so we know that the women who are mental health, we know that these women are the majority, such as Tanisha Anderson, killed by the police. We know that this must stop. We must also stop the patriarchy, to Mississippi, bringing science and women's lives in the abortion battle. They're keeping the women in the abortion battle. People's hearing about the abortion and demanding the abortion. We know there are women in certain countries and other parts of the country have to remain thirsty and hungry if they come out from food or water, to fetch food or water. We know that they're robbed and raped and brutalized and sodomized and killed and tortured. and some of them never make them back to their children, never make it back to home. We know the attacks on Planned Parenthood. We know the attacks on Planned Parenthood. So we want you, the Million Women March meeting, Cleveland is upcoming. We are preparing, we are organizing, and we want this genocide against the women to stop. And so my name is Levita Murray. We know that you can reach me at millionwomenmarch.cleveland@gmail.com. You can also meet me at the Manna Church in Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you.